this one is from Sheena, and Sheena asks, how do you duplicate reports?
All right.
She'd like to, sorry, and then just to give a little more clarification, she'd like to be able to duplicate a report that is there so that she can change some of the filters and make a new report out of that previously created report.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So I'm going to go ahead and use my open opportunities backslash close date report. And so what I can do, if I want to quickly just duplicate this, again, I click this little more action tab there, and I can hit copy. And you'll notice that immediately I'm presented with these options. So not only when I duplicate a report can I copy it as the original type, but if I wanted to quickly change this from being just a summary report, I can quickly change this into being a summary with details, or maybe I wanted to make it a rows and columns. So that allows me to quickly not only duplicate the report, but even duplicate it as a different report type altogether. But just for our purposes, I'm just going to keep it the same, just so it's nice and simple. So there you go. I just hit duplicate. Now it's brought me over to this section where now, if I'd like, I can go ahead and change specific, filter options. Maybe I want to change my group buys. All that information here, or anything I want to change, is basically right at my fingertips, and I can do that in just a few clicks like you normally do. But again, now I've saved myself the effort of having to recreate everything from scratch. And then the last thing I would do is just go over here to the report details, and now I get the opportunity to just rename this report. So whatever I'd like to name it, I don't have to copy what I had before. I could just put it to anything. So again, I'm just going to keep a relatively similar naming convention. So I'm just going to call this open opportunities. Opportunities. And actually, just so we can see a difference, I'm going to change this. Instead of looking at this for anything that's either new or in progress, I'm also just going to include some closed one. Save. Run. There we go. So now I'm looking at my open opportunities, and I've changed a bit of the criteria. And you can see here, this has actually changed it just a little bit. Now our values have shot up a bit because of those opportunities.
Excellent. Dallin, in regards to the runtime filters, what is the purpose of a runtime filter on these reports?
Great question. So the runtime filters are basically allow you to change the change your filter criteria. So you can see right now I have my expected close date set to this quarter, and normally if I didn't have this as a runtime, I would have to go into edit, have to click into here, I have to go to my specific filter option, and then I have to change that. By simply just kind of clicking runtime here and saving it, now instead of having to go in that other area, I can simply just click on this drop down and say, okay, let's look at everything for, we'll say, just this year. Now I can hit apply, and now all of my, Sugar and to recalculate the report, and there you go. Now we can see the results with these new criteria, these filters that I've put in place.
Excellent.